And welcome back to Spark Coding. Today we will solve our next question of codewars, that is beginner, reduce but grow. Let us see what the question is. Given a non-empty array of integers, return the result of multiplying the values together in order. They have given an example. In an array there is 1, 2, 3, 4 elements, and we have to multiply all the elements and give the result. The question is very easy. Let's see how we can approach this question. The question is, we have given an array, let's say for example 1, 2, 3, 4 only. What we have to do, we have to take first character, multiply it with second character, then multiply it with third character, and then multiply it with fourth character. So the result will be 24. We can directly approach this question. Let's say first I am creating a variable name as prod and initializing it with 1. With 1 because I have to multiply the first character with something. So something that will be give me the result which is equal to product. For example, if I multiply 1 into 1, that will give me 1, which is just a single character multiplied with 1. If I put it 0, so what will happen? 1 into 0 will be 0. So I will not get the proper result. So that's why I am creating an empty variable with product is equal to 1. Then I just have to iterate in the array for x in, let's say the array name is li, for x in li. And what I have to do? I have to just multiply prod is equal to prod into x. What will happen? This prod is 1. So in the first iteration, I will get 1 into 1, and this will be stored into prod variable again. So my prod will be 1. Then in the next iteration, my x will become 2. So now my prod is 1. It will become 1 into 2, and it will get saved into again into prod. Then in the next iteration, my x is 3, and the product is 2. So 2 into 3, and this will store into again into prod. So this will be 6. Then in the next iteration, my x will be, instead of 3, it will be 4, and my product is 6 into 4. So it will again store into prod, so it will become 24. So after the for loop, I just have to return the prod as the answer will be stored in product. Okay, so let us try this solution. I am creating a variable prod is equal to 1. Then I just have to iterate in array for x in ARR. Product is equal to product into x, and I just have to return the prod. Let's try the solution. It is working. Let's attempt the solution. Okay, all 103 test cases are passed. So instead of writing prod is equal to prod into x, most of the programming languages have this shortcut, that is assignment operator. We can just do prod into equal to x. So this is just a shortcut for prod is equal to prod into x. So this will work same exactly like before. So it is also passing all the test cases. 103 test cases. This was the basic approach we can use for the question. Let's try another solution. In Python, there is a module. Open first Python terminal. In Python, there is a module named math, and into that math module, there is a function known as prod. Let us first see by importing it from math. Import prod. Let us check what does it do using help. So it says calculate the product of all the elements in the input iterable. So we need to pass some iterable, and it will calculate the product of all the elements. The default start value for the product is 1, and we can change the start by passing the argument here. When the iterable is empty, return the start value. So this will help us to solve the question. Let's try. I am creating an array here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am directly passing prod, and the array list is iterable, so I am directly passing the iterable array. And we don't need to specify start because it will specify start from the first element, and we are getting the output. Okay. So let's try this solution on codewars. First we need to import the math module. From math, import prod. and we directly have to return prod of AR. Let's test this solution. Okay. All 103 test cases passed. So this was using the prod function of math module. We can observe something here in the question. They have written reduce but grow. In Python, there is a function named as reduce, but it is not directly accessible. We have to import it using functools. Let us first see what is reduce and how we can use it to solve this question. First, I am importing functools. From functools, import reduce. Reduce is a higher order function. Let us first see what is reduce and what is it used for. Reduce it takes in as a function, as an argument, and a sequence. We can say as a variable. What is do? Applying a function of two arguments. Here it is reading two arguments cumulatively to the items of sequence from left to right. That means it applies a function which we specify here to the and it takes two arguments into the function, and cumulatively it apply the function to that two variables from left to right, so as to reduce the sequence to a single value. So what we will get as an output, we will get a single value. Here they have given an example. They are using reduce, and inside reduce we have to pass a function. So instead of creating a function using def, they are creating an anonymous function using lambda, and we know we have to pass two arguments because they have said it will take two arguments. So here in lambda they are taking two arguments x comma y, and what they are returning? They are returning x plus 1. So basically it will add the two arguments, and after that they are passing a sequence as a list, that is 1 2 3 4 5, and this will calculate like this. So first it will add 1 plus 2, then it will get some value, that is 3. So again it will pass the next two values, that is 3 and the next value, that is 3, to the function again. So it will be 3 plus 3. So it will get the value as 6. Again it will pass 6 and 4 as an argument to the lambda function, and it will get 6 plus 4 10, and the next value, that is 10 and 5, and they will add it and it will return 15. And if the initial is present, that is we can pass the initial, it is placed before the items of the sequence in the calculation and serves as a default when the sequence is empty. So it is same as the prod one, the last statement. Okay. So using this example only, we can solve the question. So instead of plus, we just have to use multiply. So let us try the solution. I am creating an array first. Array is equal to 1 2 3 4, and now in reduce we have to make an anonymous function lambda x comma y, and this will return x into y, and I have to pass a sequence, that is ARR. There it is getting me some answer, that is 24. So that is the required answer, 4025 There was something called as a starting initial. So we can just pass, like we know we have to pass 1 because it will, the first element will be multiplied by 1. So I am passing it 1. Let us say if I put an initial as 0. So what will be the output? It will be 0. Because the initial is 0, it will multiply all the elements with 0. So overall answer will be 0. So if we don't pass the initial, it will just take the first element from the list. And if you want, we can pass the 1 as an initial value. So this was the solution. So let us try this. From functools, import reduce, and we have to return reduce lambda x comma y, and it will return x into y. The first argument is function and the second argument is sequence, that is ARR. So let us try to test the solution. Solution is working. Let us attempt it. All 103 test cases are passed. So this was using the lambda function. If you want, we can directly create a function. Let us say def mul. It will take two arguments xy and it will return x into y. So I am just making, instead of lambda, I will just use mul. So instead of lambda, I'm just showing without lambda also we can solve this question. We have to pass mul, which will take 2 arguments and it will return some value, and the array is same as it is as before. So still we are getting the same answer. So instead of creating def and 2 lines, one can directly use anonymous function using lambda and can solve the question directly. Okay, so this was the solution. Here I have created the mul function, but the mul function is already present but in different module. You can check it. I am going to import operator module from operators import mul. Sorry, it's operator from operator import mul. Let us see how it is work. Help and mul. So it is same as like we did, like we created before mul function. So it takes 2 arguments and it will return same as a into b. So I just created that function. One can directly use reduce, and now this mul will be from the operator module. I am using mul and then array. So still we are getting the same answer. It is 20. Let's try this solution. Okay, this will be here from operator import mul, and instead of passing lambda function, we will just pass mul and sequence. Let's try the solution. Okay, it is working. Attempt the solution. All 103 test cases are passed. So this was all for today's question. Let us submit the solution and check different solutions for the question. Okay, the first one that we did, product is equal to 1, then we have used x, we have used I. This is the basic approach. The second one also we have seen using the reduce with lambda. Okay, the third one is the math one that we see in the second solution. Fourth one is using mul and reduce together. They have passed the initial position 1 initial value, but it is not required. Okay, we can see that in the next one. They have not passed the initial value and it is working. Okay, this one is the nice solution. What they have did is they have used the eval function. So basically what is happening? Okay, so what they are doing, let me first create an empty list. 1, 2, not empty list with variable. Okay, so what they are doing, let us first create an array with values 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are joining this list and converting it into a string using join method of the string. So we can join using a separator, then joining these values with a separator as a multiply sign. I am creating a multiply sign. This is my separator. That means it will join all the elements with this character. So I am using the join method here. Join, and then I have to pass li. So what this will give me? This will give me a string that will be something like this: 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. So this is a string. Now what they are doing? They are evaluating this string using the eval function. So basically what eval does, it takes in argument as a string and it will evaluate that string. So this will get new value 24 as a integer. So we can see that here they are joining. Okay, I cannot directly join this li because my li contains integer value. So they first created a list comprehension and converted each integer value into a string value, and that they have joined it using star. And after that they have evaluated. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. This will help me make more creative content in the future. Thank you.